Hello, everybody. How you doing? Hey, let's jam for a minute. I like it. So fun to play, man. Really nice stuff. So, hello. How's everybody doing? So this library is just about now the artwork we're changing. In fact, I'm curious. Let me show you. I got artwork back from my graphic designer. What do you think of this for Electric Dreams? Do you like this? Do you like the keyboard? I'm a little. What do you think? I'm curious. It does say the path to playing these on. I mean, you've got really cool drums, bass, and guitar on your keyboard. I mean, I've got quite a few guitar libraries. I have never played a library that plays like this one does. So I'm really happy that we'll be now. It's kind of a crazy week for me. Let's go over here and clean up a few things. I actually am having a colonoscopy on Wednesday. Can't wait. It's the second one I've had. I had one when I was in my 50s. I haven't had one for a while, and I need to get one. So I don't think Thursday for releasing will be good. I think I might need a little more time. I might be out of it for a little while. So I'm aiming at Friday. So let me know. That's the plan. Not let you know. That's just what the current plan is. Hello, good to see you all. Welcome. Anyway, what do you guys think of that artwork? I was so busy looking at the curves that I missed the keyboard path. The curves. Do we like this? Is that cool? I mean, I had done a simpler version myself. Where's the one I had? My camera's in the way. I'd done more like just like this type of a concept, just something simple. He'd actually fixed the guitar. This is an AI piece of art that I created. But in my version, the two are both playing like basses. And so one thing I asked Sherman to do was to make this look like a Fender guitar. And he did. So it's closer to a Fender. It's still a little funky, but I'm just curious. What do you think about the keyboard in? Is that like, it's just artwork. Artwork is important, but it's the sounds that are more important than everything else. Fanny, meh, yeah. Yeah, I kind of agree. Yeah. I don't think it needs a keyboard. So, okay. Well, I appreciate the feedback from you guys. Anyway, we are getting closer to being done with this. I've acquired a whole drum set. Thank goodness for Facebook Marketplace. That's become the new Craigslist for finding used gear. It's so nice because you know that the people are legit. They have a Facebook account. You can see that they've been. If you're looking at things for sale on Facebook and they just made their account in 2024, chances are it's fake. So a lot of times you'll see things at prices that are too good to be true. Those are fake. Don't jump on those. You'll be sorry. But I have acquired a handful of things that are they're funny, but I think that they're actually, I like personality in things. I'm more interested in personality than pristine. And so check this out. This is the latest acquisition from yesterday from a bass player in Payette, Idaho, where my mom and dad live. A friend of his gave him this. Ugh. It's a green translucent snare with the normally you see these on the back of like truck tire flaps, but it's a drum with girls on it, and it has a great dead tone. I've tuned it a little bit, so. And then you put like a washcloth on this to really kill it. That's going to sound great for a snare. Isn't that cool? Hey, Michael, welcome. Hey, thank you, man. So I'm going to sample this. This will be in the library. I currently have just one drum kit. This week is drums. I'm now happy with bass and the guitars. Excuse me. The bass is this dude. It's a ukulele bass called a U-bass. And this is with round strings. So it now has both the, I'm just calling it here, it's actually, I think in the name here I called it rub for rubber because it's rub. Yeah, I did put in the name. Just sounds so cool. But I now have it also with round strings, which are these guys. Here, so you hear it from here. A little bit more brighter. And you hear that tonality, and it's I do need to do finger slides and note offs, so I'm going to add those. I played it mute style. Samples need to be fixed just a little bit on the beginning, so they play just a little bit quicker. And then I picked it with a nice, sharp, bright pick. And since it's Unify, you can add the rubber bass. I'm distorting, so I'd want to turn this down just a little bit. So you can get all sorts of cool things like that. And then the other thing that we did this week, here's all the drum grooves now separated out. So yeah, it's got a bit of an upright vibe to it. It's really cool. That's one thing that they've said about it. So you can add this. You know, you need to set to latch and stuff like that, but there's like, I'll set some 8-beat. And you have tools for getting rid of the sub kick or adding more. You get all sorts of cool stuff out of these with the tuning of the snare drums. There's a low pass filter. We're distorting a little bit, so if you went really, really dark, like take this, and let's see, let's go down here to some of the Zeeg patches, like Rainy Monday. Oh, this is filtering right here. So it's bringing down the guitar. So this is the vibe of the library. It's this very specific vibe. I haven't found other libraries give you this vibe. And then you can add like a moody organ pad to this. And then I was thinking I'm going to make some patches where I have things like this. Now let's reverse this so it's a pulse down. And let's double this. So I'm going to make a double point here. And I actually want to do this. Let's do this. Let's say halftime this so that we get the double point over here, and I can hold down the shift key and that lets the points be moved to clock. On with my clock real quick. Oh, it's not set to latch, so that's what's going on. So let's say restart. So now be in time. Let me save this as a work in progress, I want to do something like this for the library. So we go Z, BPM, guitar, work in progress. But I want to have some like cool pulsing pads. I've made some more pads. I'm going for dark. This is like you in a Juno, when I first started working at a music store in Seattle, we got the, we had the Juno 106, but the, what's the one that I'm thinking of? I got to find it on the Roland. There's one synth that we had is big and gray. Let's see. Juno synth. View all images. Let me see if I can find it. It's one of the older. Is it JX? That's what it is. It's JX8P. That's what it is. I forgot the name of it for a minute. JX8P. Yeah, this dude right here. This is the synth that I am like making pads thinking of. That this synth had the super thick molasses kind of things. So there's these tapes and Juno saws. Thick as I could get him, but still keeping in that Roland kind of a flavor. I've added moody brass, which you can bring up the mod wheel. Get even brighter. Moody organ. And then, of course, there's going to be variations on the theme where we add, let's see if we go over here. Actually, just go this way to find it. Chow distortion, chow tape model, and like put one of these things that give it some wavering. Turn on the degrade. Let's see, turn it on. the amount, and then have it enveloped. And then go over here to Flutter and just turn this on. And turn on wow. Some variation and drift. Let me save this because I want to do a vintage. So this will be a Z pad. I'm organizing the library. I'll give it a better name when it's done. So all the core stuff that I'm sampling, that Taylor has sampled, he's added the Yamaha guitar to this. They're up here at the top. And then anything that's like layers and getting more into, you know, this kind of vibey. This kind of stuff. October surprises. Get another cool drum kit and you get yourself a cool vibe. Sleepy distortion. So these are the bonus patches, but up here is the original sample. So I showed you the U-bass, right? I spent this week really carefully recording a lot of stuff from this. This is my Yamaha Strat. Actually, it's a not a Yamaha, it's a Fender Strat. I've had this for probably 25 years, 20 years. I bought it a long time ago in Los Angeles at, I think, a Guitar Center. I just went and bought it because I wanted to have a guitar in my studio in case anybody came over that could play guitar, because I can't play guitar. So I've had this for a super long time. And I recorded it a whole bunch of different ways. Here's the dynamic. This is combining most everything. There's one more that's called dynamic mutes, which adds mutes. I'll show you in a minute. But this is... It's got a little bit of an amp vibe to it. Those are in the samples. You can so it's got note offs, which are these tricky samples that I make that just have just noise elements. You just put them really soft, and it's just guitars have all these chunky things, and then there's slide note offs, and I have like 50 samples. This is a 16 layer round robin, so there's 16 different samples. Then I have another one that has even more, and then we're using Trigger Box to limit how often it does it, so it only does it 25% of the time. Because if you bring this up higher, like most libraries, every time you play a note, having a squeak, it doesn't work. So using Trigger Box, we can set this at a different lower percent. And then turn it down so it's just in there. So I worked really hard on this. This has hundreds and hundreds of samples. It's more samples than I've done on anything. Even the piano that I did, I think it's got more than that. There's just the finger samples. There's soft and hard. But I also played pick and pluck. So pick is when I use my... It's a unique technique. I don't know if other libraries do this, but I put my finger under the string and pull up with my badly chewed index fingernail. And it creates a really nice... This is the pick, yeah. And then So that's a guitar pick, and then here's the pluck with my fingernail. So you have these different variations, and when you put those into the dynamic uses all four of those. So if you're playing from soft, so it just gives you this range. So there's four different samples that you're switching between. And then I'm using Unify as my sample editor, using the velocity ranges to set up the different ranges so that I can play from. And if you don't like the velocity ranges, you can just go over here and say, no, I want more range of the soft. So say 81, and then have this one go to 82 to 109. And now I have more. So you can customize it very easily. If these were baked into the sample maps, then you couldn't change these parameters. So I decided to do it this way. It's a big library. It's going to be about 3 gigabytes as it is. And if I made this into an SFC, then made separates of the soft and the fingers and stuff, it's doubling the memory. So that's another reason why I'm doing it this way, is our memory management doesn't take into account different samples of the same samples used in different maps. On top of this, there's a Mega Magic layer. Put this like with a pad. So if we go over here to like just the dark tape saws and load this in. That kind of stuff. There's mutes. Let's see, there's both soft mutes and then there's hard mutes. And of course there's the VS, which means velocity switching. Put distortion on them, they sound really good. I haven't done that yet, but anyway, so the library's coming out really, really nicely. Taylor did some really, really great guitars. I'm calling his the El Gaucho because I'm not sure what else to call it, but it's got that really cool mid-range, and you combine that with, say, the Strat Dynamic and so there's all sorts of places I'll go with the bonus patches and stuff like that we'll be making for this. We've made some down here already. Here's some cool splitches, like here's Electric Dream, which has cool basses. So it's going to be a really killer library. Right? So, yay for that. Oh, by the way, I should point out, I have a little sale going on at the website. It's kind of, I put it into the newsletter, and then I kind of messed up, and I forgot, I messed up the promo code. I'm not going to tell the whole story, but I fixed it. So the promo code is working. Veterans Day is Monday. So you can save $20 on any library. Here's how you do it. You just go to the website. Say you want to get, let's get chill guitar phrases for Unify. Let's add that to the cart. Then you go to checkout. And at the checkout, for the promo code, click right here and say Veterans Day 20. And if you apply that, it will take $20, boom, right off the price. And this is going to go on until Monday. So Monday night at midnight, we'll stop the sale. So you can save on all the libraries at the website, and you can reuse this over and over again. If you want to buy 5 libraries, do it 5 times, and that way you save $20 on each library. Because if you add 5 to your cart and then do this, you just save $20 on whatever's in the cart. So the trick, if you want to do that trick, is to do it where you do it for each library one at a time. Sorry, it's a way to game the system, if you want to call it, right? So anyway, I want to let you know about that. So there's a little sale going on this weekend, so you can take care of that. This will be coming out on Friday, so be on the lookout. I'll send a note to the newsletter group and Facebook and all that stuff, of course, and there'll be a video here. Sounds so nice. Really, really cool. Like I said, there's one drum kit now. It's called the Overhead Kit, and I'm going to map it for General MIDI, so Danielle is happy. Now, these aren't trying to be over-assuming over your head, like in your... I will make a more in-your-face drum kit for the samples I'm going to sample this week. But I really love the vibe of this, like, kind of like, in the background kind of thing. So, anyway, hope you like it. There's without snare, with snare, all that kind of stuff. So it came out super, super cool. Hey, Wave Sequence here. Hey, Wave Sequencer, my brother. Hello. Yay. Is you 32? Are there any questions? Let me see what's that going on here. Let's see. Reggae direction. I like that the pulse you put. Yeah, it's not the pulsing tweaking stuff. I'll modify and work on. So anyway, that's really cool. I wanted to point out there is a plugin that we can look at. Let's see. How should we show this plugin? Let's do this with a drum groove from the standard library. Actually, how about Rad Bad Beats? Because that's got like every frequency inside of the groove. So go Rad Bad Beats. I love these grooves. Let's call up something. Let me find something a little bit more normal. Maybe we'll go to the Z bonus stuff because these... Okay, there we go. So there's a new reverb called BiVerb that came out this week. I think it's maybe longer than that. I'm not sure. BiVerb. Oh, I put on the insert effect. Sorry. Let's put on the global output. BiVerb. And let me turn down the outputs a little bit so I'm not quite hitting so hard because I'm clearly distorting, which sounds good until you have another effect going. BiVerb is a effect. It's part of the United plugin system. So if we go BiVerb, let me find it. It's right here at United plugins. It's 2 reverbs. There's ways to split it. I'll show you a demo, but I want to point out it's available for $16 instead of $85. So if listen to it, make sure you like the sound of the reverb. That's the most important thing, right? And then if you like it, here's a link in the chat to it. It's 2 different reverbs. You can turn them on and off. Let's set the mix to 100%. Here we go. Output. Oh, here's the dry. Okay. So you can have wet and dry separated. Then you can split. Let's be a nice big one, and then let's have this one be like a different thing. Now we're splitting it by low and high frequencies, as you can hear. So this is hitting the higher frequencies. Let's go here to the list. Let's have it do a shimmer. Here's your pan position, dampening low. Color. You also have modulation and dispersion controls. So you can have this on the high frequency and then this on the low. And you have gain controls for each one. So you can get some kind of unique things going on fidelity-wise. There's also mid-side as a way to split it up, left and right. So you have one reverb on the left and one on the right. And quiet and loud. And you can see from here how it's mapping and determining how it's going to work and stuff like that. So a lot of thought went into it. It has how many different types of reverbs? 1, 2, like 6 different types. Where's the delay coming from? Is that from me? I don't think that's from me. Because the mega delays are off. Let's see, let's do this. Yeah. So Reverb 2 over here is doing a delay. Oh, the dispersion is like a delay. Okay. Interesting. So you can have a delay type effect and a reverb. Right? Let's try it on an instrument. Let's go over here to the standard library to like a piano. Or maybe, well, yeah, piano. We need something more than a detect, right? So let's go over here to keys. Church Steinway Volume 3. And instead of these guys, let's have it be BiVerb. BiVerb. Now, I don't get paid anything to show these products, right? I'm just showing it to you so you can see what it has now. Since it's an auxiliary bus, go over here. There's no more reverb anywhere else, so let's see, there is a pad here a little bit, so let's get rid of that. So now we could go over here to like the shimmer. I wish I had ways to get even longer than their current size. I don't see anything else here for getting. Let's have it do mid-side. So it's doing some interesting things. Now this is a lot, so let's bring it back down in the mix. Not bad for 6. It's not my favorite kind of reverb. I mean, if you go to Valhalla and so forth, those reverbs have a transparency and stuff to that. It's very different than this, but it's a cool effect. I think they have presets. We can. Let's bring this up so we can hear more. Now I'm just doing the demo of this. I didn't buy it yet, so. But you can hear what it does. I just wanted to make you aware of it because I thought it was kind of cool. They have drums, guitar, synth, vocals, all sorts of different presets. Mystery solving piano. Interesting. Two rooms. Cool. So, if you don't have enough reverb plugins and you want something kind of unique, what did I show last Saturday? I have to look real quick. So let's see, go to my new tab over here. Yeah, I love that. Last stream. Let's see, live. What did I do? Oh, ripple. Was it ripple delay? That was a delay effect. That wasn't a reverb. This is different. Yeah, so we showed Myth 1.5 and ripple delay. That's a delay plugin. So that's what I was like, reverb? It wasn't. And this has delay. I don't know if you can do time delays and stuff. But it's cool. It has separate modulation abilities for each of the two reverbs. Anyway, I just want to make you guys aware of it. Showing up at a live stream and not having a new plugin to show would be sad. So, if you guys have seen any interesting plugins this week, chime in. Anyway, so I just wanted to make you aware of that. And I gave you the link. I'll put a link in the video description after the live stream is over. Is there anything? Let's open up the door before I mean, I could sit and make patches for the new library as one option for what we could do with some of our time. Cinema Sojourn is my favorite key. Let me see. I don't know that one. Cinema. Plug in. Oh, is it a library for Omnisphere? Cinema Sojourn. I see a few things asking about Cinema Sojourn, but I don't know that library. Have you played with Cable Guy's Snapback? I have. In fact, we showed that 2 weeks ago. We can show that really quick. Have you seen it? Have you seen how it works? It's really cool. Snapback is actually, it works really good on Razor beats, since these are like lots of groove and elements in together. Let's see here. So like we have the snare right here, right? So it's called Snap Back Up. Snap Back Up. And so it picks this up. Let's go to the presets. Sync the presets, make sure we've got all the newest that they've created. Go over here. We want to say we want something for the snap, and we want it to be adding a clap to this. So we can just say like this, and the cool thing with Snapback is it's looking at the sample and it's able to use modern technology. You know, when a plugin uses an effect, it can what is it called? Delay compensation. Plugin compensation can, some plugins take a lot of processing power to use. And so it has to tell your sequencer, play this track this many milliseconds earlier so that it's sample accurate, because we're doing processing for this amount of time. Well, cable guys have taken that concept, and with BT's help, they've designed the ability for it to apply samples to the beginning of samples before they play, because it's played, it knows it's coming, and so it can see it ahead of time and add things to it. So you can click here to choose all sorts of different things if you want, and you can envelope it so that then with this you can turn down volume. Now let's go to the kick. This kick is doing something cool, right? So if we go over here to snap back and add that to the kick, and let's say we want something specific for the kick. So let's say we want to have it be like some sort of a sub. So it's adding sub kick. You can go here to tuning. And if you wanted to, you could add something before this. Let's say let's have a clap before. So it's adding. Let's see if we solo this. Here's without it. And that little clap at the very beginning, when you put that into the mix, it's hitting just enough ahead of everything else that it stands out, It's really clever. It's really, really clever. So you can do all sorts of fun things. You can add weird, like take this up in pitch. Let's envelope it. And then you can shift it up to 4 milliseconds. So, yes, snapback is a very cool effect from cable guys for adding added elements and pre-elements to your grooves. It's really, really, really cool. Yeah. It's very fun. We showed it 2 weeks ago when it came out. It's really fun. Oh, Cinema Sojourn is a key. Oh, yeah, okay. Let's see. If we go standard library. Oh, yes. This is a special one because it's using a drone. One thing that's cool in Unify is you can set the Guru samplers to be pitched or unpitched. And so I set one layer to unpitched. So when you play C, it plays both the piano and then the drone. But if you play above it, so you can have this drone, and you can have this be any sample. So if you want to go into this and say, no, I want it to be electric piano, or we could say we want it to be the Steinway. Oh, you know what? If you do it unpitched with some of these maps, you have to go in and choose just one sample. Because what happens is the key ranges of each part of the become unpitched. So you play. That's why I was like, what's going on here? It's like, check this out. If you have all the samples and you have unpitched on a map, so solo this. For these notes, it's the same. But once you get, it's playing a different sample. So the key there is to go over here and choose what sample you want, and that way you can't switch. And And then you can get to be on this key you want to cross. Yeah, Cinema Sojourn was really fun. I'm sorry, my memory doesn't keep stuff in it, so I have to be reminded of what I've done. By the way, this brings up a cool thing I wanted to point out. I just got this in the mail. I ordered it. This is the music of Lyle Mays. It's a book. I found it on Amazon. Lyle Mays is by far one of my favorite pianists, composers. If you've never heard his music, after the live stream, music, don't do it now or you'll never come back because it's just incredible. But Lyle Mays is just, he passed away in 2020. We lost him, and I'm so sad. He's just a brilliant musician. Just unbelievable. Go play his this album right here. Start with Highland Air. I mean, I don't monetize these, so I can play it. I mean, I'm gonna cry. It's just the most beautiful music. And where it goes. Yeah, I gotta stop. I'm gonna lose it. His music just is magical. He's co-founders with Pat Metheny of the Pat Metheny Music Group. And so a lot of Pat Metheny's music is also equally just off the scale. But this solo album from Lyle Mays, just, there's so much to it. Anyway, they're all notated. Everything that Lyle played. He collaborated with Pierre on doing this, and they were at 95%. They had some stuff to do in the organizing and so forth when Lyle passed away. And so Lyle worked with him. And there's a great foreword. I was reading it last night about how Lyle could look at the music printed and go, oh, no, this isn't right. And this, without having a piano, without having anything else, he could look at this, the notations, and go, no, that's not right. That's not what I did. You know, I mean, just incredible. So if you are someone that wants to up the chords that you play, just to understand Lyle's thinking for some of his music, listen to this album, and it will make you want to get the book to learn about what he did. But Cinema Sojourn was kind of inspired because you can play around with the tonalities. You can play all sorts of fun things with these. And if you want to get even more into this and do more things, you can take, let's get this back to the intimate piano. And we got just be one sample. Choose different notes. Play around with this. And then what you can do that's really fun, if you want to really get carried away, duplicate the layer. That's the drone. And like choose a different note. So let's have it be and you can even like take where's the bass? Duplicate this. There we go. So if you do like film work and stuff like this is just incredible for this. You could go, let's see here. Do I have? I don't have it in here. Well, even something from the standard library in the orchestral stuff. If we were to go over here to like some of the let's see, like even Denali or let's see, S, or yeah, something like the cello crescendos, or the dream ensemble. Even pizzicato escape would be really fun. So like add this. You can get lost for days doing this. I've speaking from experience. And there's other drones as well. If you go drone inside of the standard library, there's a number of these where I set up things. This has a synthy type of a pad. So you can go all sorts of cool places. So you can play with tonalities, work on your chords. And I set up, I believe, so you can change the drone pitch. Now it's G. So now you can play around with that. Add piano to this if you want to really like have a really great thing. Let's go up here and to the keys, to the intimate. Add the acoustic intimate to this. And now, so you can end up in G somehow. Get there. You know, and you can do other things if you want to have fun. Take this, go dynamic pump house, make it be a saw down, and now you have a pulse that's rhythmic. All sorts of fun things. Duplicate this. Let's drag this layer up here. Take this one up an octave. And maybe have the second one go into reverb. Since Unify is separate layers, this is the magic of Unify. So we can say water reverb. The drones are really special. This is something a lot of synthesizers can't do. But Unify, because it can set something to be unpitched, you can do this. Now let's just to have fun with this for a second, let's go to Omnisphere, because you can do this in Omnisphere too. So let's go to Omnisphere. I'll show you how to do it in another synthesizer that can do it. Let's call up a pad, for something from one of the libraries. Let's go to Signs of Life. This is a nice library. I have a whole lot of stuff I love that I created in here. Let's go over here to like a pad. Okay. So if I wanted this, turn off tracking. And now it's no longer tracking, then go over here to multi and set another layer to MIDI channel 1 and go to 2. Let's find like maybe how about a bass? That'd be good. That's still sitting on that tone, right? Or we could go to layer 2. Let's go to one of their extensions. Like there's a lot of really cool stuff inside of Undercurrent. So we could go over here to like a Dark Bay. So you can do stuff, then save this as the multi so you can get back to it. But anything that you turn the on the oscillator page tracking off right here, it's no longer going to track the keyboard. Other things will. So like filter cutoff, you heard there's some changes in other parts of the timbrality. That's probably because of the filters. There might be something else that I'm not analyzing the patches super deeply. But maybe some of this other stuff is following pitch. But just to give you some ideas of really fun ways, you can do this with a lot of synthesizers. Not all of them, but Omnisphere is flexible enough it can do that, and it's very, very fun. I'll definitely do that. Let's make one of those for the new library. Have some sort of really cool guitar that stays. So let's have this. Actually, let's call this up as a Unify layer, and then I'm gonna put this into these one position. I'm gonna hold down Option and click Init. And what that does is it deletes all the layers except for whatever was in 1. So let's see, I don't need the note off stuff, so I'm gonna take these out and I'm gonna set this to be unpitched. Let's do these one at a time or else it's gonna get confusing. So we're soloing this guy unpitched. Now we need to choose just one sample from this. Right? Okay. Let's have this one also be unpitched. Choose one sample. So I have my unpitched layer. I'm playing A right now. So what I'd want to do, I'd go over, well, since this is a unified layer, what we have to do, we have to set up the macro knobs first on this layer so that they can be modified by the upper layer. So instead of brightness, let's hold down Option and click this to reset this. And then I'm going to right click. And I'm just going to do it the nice fast way since we can do it this way now. Let's open up each of these layers and say, listen with the ear, full range, listen with the ear, and move this. And then I'm going to go to the other layer. That's layer 1. Actually, I can just go over here and say duplicate because it's the same. Ah, but it's not, is it? Because they're calling it different samples. So let's do this. To make it easy, this is calling it B2. So let's go to this one here and have it also called the B2 sample. That'll make it quick and easy. So now I have this set on a knob, and it's called this drone pitch. P-I-T-C-H-P-I-T. Thank you. Now I have Chow Matrix doing a cool octave delay. Here's without it. I like it, so I'm going to keep it. It'll just make that one note even more special. And then we could choose anything we wanted. Let's say we choose like Rainy Monday. Let's try that as a... And then maybe we want this rainy money to have a little more definition. So let's do this. Let's mute the drone for a second so we can work on our guitar tone. I have the Fender Stratish in here. And then this is the guy that's really kind of diffuse. Let's turn him down a little bit. And then I'm going to put a delay on this. I want to put a nice long Omega delay. Let's say quarter note and quarter note duplicate. And I'm going to turn on the power curve, which gives me a little bit of distortion in the delay taps. And then I want to go into chorus. Now let's check this out with the drone now. That's what I thought. We're kind of in the similar territory fidelity-wise. So let's do this. Let's see if we can play with this and do a little shifting, like plus 10 maybe. This will shift it to different samples playing the... A little bit softer. And then maybe let's have a pad with this too. So let's go over here to the dark saws. Now I need to bring that drone pitch to a knob right here now. So let's see, I don't really need brightness, I don't think. What was this doing? Well, it wasn't even connected to anything. So get rid of these, and then I'm gonna say, give me full range. So I click this, and I go to that Unify layer, Unify drone pitch. And I'm gonna go over here and call special curve up, which is the one right here, min max with the middle gap. So this way, when I'm in the middle part, a lot of area here for it. Let's see, I want to get, let's make sure I'm okay, so I'm just, oh, I think I put that in the wrong place. Hold on a second here. What did I do? What did I, Skippy, what'd you do? Did I do the same thing to this? Okay, so I want to do that here on the top layer. Go in here, full range, calling you drone pitch. So now I can do it here. There. So I have it on C to start. Let's get this to be, this has got too much delay, so let's bring, I might want more like a back. There. I'm just trying to clean up the mix. And the nice thing with the band pass is it's cutting low and high. little bit. And I don't necessarily need reverb on this because there's so much in the drone layer. So plus I have this other layer of pad, which is kind of like a reverb thickener, right? Let's find a different guitar. So let's go here to the list. Maybe let's try the pick. Just a little bit of splosh. So it just trails out nicely. So we'll call, what should we call this? Clean it up a little bit more when I'm playing on speakers. There's certain things that a room will tell you that you can't quite tell with headphones. Even when they're really nice. These are in-ear monitors from 64 Audio. Flotment. I don't know what that means. Memories of Laurel Canyon. Oh. I remember Laurel Canyon. There you go, walk up strings. I like that, something like that. We'll call it Z guitar. Oh, these are drones, so we'll call it drone. Oh, carry the weight. I like that. Okay. How about burden? I like that word. There's a, let's see how to spell it. I got a cool name. Or burden of time. C. Time, it's such a burden. And I haven't done this yet, but I want to try. Let's see, do we have time? Do you guys want to go on a little adventure? Let's try to get this played for the drone. We'll probably have to bypass that for the moment. But let's do this. I want to add a MIDI effect layer. So I want to play both layers. Let's say blue ARP and 8th notes. Oh, let's just do 16th notes in case we want to do some more fast timing, and go here to the step type and turn every other one off. So it's now an 8th note pattern. And then let's connect this to the MIDI effect layer for both of the guitar layers. Let's see. Let's tie these two. Something like that. Get a little bit of velocity play. There. So now we have a rhythm. It's still there. David Gilmour on. And let's make this even more complex. Let's go over here. Since we're in this Unify layer that's the drone, I'm going to add a bass. Let's add the harmonics. Add instrument 1. And let's add another arpeggiator doing blue arp. And we'll, just for a second, let's bypass that and bypass that and get... Let's see. And let's solo this. Let's not do the harmonics. Let's get a bass in here too, Howie. How's that, right? So let's say B2, unpitched. So it can be playing a different pattern. So let's over here have the blue arp play this. And let's go over here to this blue arp. And let's go here to our step times. First of all, let's turn off so we're back to 8th notes. So now we have... But then drag tie, or is it arrest? Sample needs to be tuned. I've still some tuning fixes. Let's have it down an octave. Now let's go over here. And maybe like the mutes. Let's see. Have that for rhythm. Bring up the release on that. I want it to be a little bit busier. I haven't done this before. This is fun. And having a bass in there kind of gives it a little bit more defined rhythm. Change the name of this. Let's call this burden of, well, this isn't a burden anymore. Let's call this time in action. How about just time action? And then we'll go to bird. I'm going to rename this because I want these to be together. So let's go over here and call this time. This is called time. It's timeless. Ready. Now we need to do a couple of things. We need to go to the drone layer and let's turn off pitch bend. So we double click here and say 0, 0, because I want to be able to do solo things, pretend I'm David Gilmour on the guitar without the bass and the guitar drones changing in pitch. So I could have added a filter to the beginning of this, but this is also the other way to do it. So now, that's fun. I might play with the name some more. I'm not done. Cool. All right. Yay. Yeah. Well, Michael, that's just it. So Michael says, for someone that doesn't play, I back in the day when the M1 came out, I was a product specialist with Korg. I used to go to stores and do product demos as a product specialist. And I would actually, Korg had released a distortion effect rack. And I had the fourth output of the M1 going into the rack. And it was set to like an Eddie Van Halen. So I've been a frustrated, in fact, you want to go way back in time? 1985, I walk into Evans Music. I just graduated from college, and my mom and dad own a music store in Ontario, Oregon. And my mom knew the teacher of Yamaha Music School in Seattle, Washington, a woman named Bonnie Percha. And she got a hold of Bonnie and told her I was looking for employment and I didn't want to live in Ontario, Oregon. It's a little tiny town. I was ready to be in a bigger city. And I loved Seattle. I'd been there for 1 year of a Bible college, and I didn't apply myself. And it's $7,000 a year. It's like way more than that now. But I'd been there for a year and I really liked Seattle. So I wanted to go back. So my mom gets a hold of Bonnie, sets up, yeah, he can come up and interview. And, you know, if we like him, we'll hire him. So I drive from Ontario, Oregon. It's about a 10-hour drive or so. And I left early enough that I'd get there right before, you know, be there during the store being open. And I actually had to stop at a gas station in Seattle to change into my dress clothes from my driving clothes. And then I walk into the door of Evans Music for getting a job. And I'm going to be interviewed. And Keith Evans is the brother. He's the son of the store owner. At this time, they had their MIDI effects, synthesizers, in the front of the store. And they had a couple A-frames. And he had a JX8P. And he had some other stuff. And he had a JX3P running through a guitar amplifier with a Roland keyboard controller playing rock guitar. So I've loved, you know, all keyboard players are frustrated rock guitar players. And so I can't play a guitar. I'm getting better at it from sampling so much and stuff, and my fingers are getting stronger. But, you know, I know what to play. I know how to play guitar on the keyboard. But I've been, you know, I love guitar. And electric guitar is really hard to get these kind of tones. It's taken an awful lot of work, a lot of experiments to get that vibe, to get it right. So really happy with this library. So, yay! Free reverb from Wave Alchemy. Cool. Let's take a look at that. You can hear the drumming coming. Well, here, let's see. There's a couple ways we could, you know me, you say something like that, I'm going to go off on a little tangent. Let's say T for 3. Let's see if that works. Load into a new Unify layer. So go over here to the MIDI effect, half time it. Actually, I think I've got Macronom set up for half time. No, I didn't do that. So let's go halftime. Because if the pattern's too busy, yeah. Now what I will do, let's see, let's do this. Let's go solo the drums for a second. So I want to find the snare drum and exclude it. So let's say include the notes. There. Oh, wait. Okay, so I got just a kick. So let's duplicate this. Let's solo this for a second. And instead of including notes, we're going to exclude notes. And I'm going to say include notes for this one and have it just be the snare. So find where the snare is. We get to C and C sharp. There, no snare, no hi-hat. So I have all the snares in here. So I played a couple different snares. And then I need to duplicate this one more time. And duplicate the layer one more time. And then say, oh wait, go to MIDI box. And include notes. So I want to stop at F2 and then go above that. So this is easy. Let's see, is it just the hi-hats? So now I have the snare bites. Let's get this to be a little bit more. Let's go Dragonfly, Hall. I can make this bigger and shorter. There we go, that's nice. Let's see how that works with everything. You asked for it, man. And what's fun, since I've separated them into the separate drum elements, I could go in here, I could try different patterns. I'll come up with a name for this series. Maybe I'll find a way to like incorporate these all into one patch, so you'll be able to like move knobs to get. Cool. Okay, so that's fun. All right, we are out of time. All right. Sunriser, thank you for suggesting drums. That was fun. We could get even to be a little more aggressive if we wanted to. Let's get a little distortion on this reverb. Noise box. High pass filter it. So a little noise box goes a long ways. thank you. That was fun. As a standalone software for 99 euros. Wow. All right. Shout outs. Where are you guys at? Shout out from wherever you are in the planet. Shout out from Eagle, Idaho. Shout out from Norway. Good to see you, Ivar. It's crazy to think these drums were recorded in my house entryway. Sounds so good. Oh, and check this out. I also have, as well as the green snare to sample, I bought these last night. They look ugly, but boy, do they sound good. I got some additional hi-hats, a Wuhan crash, a nice big rock ride and rock crash that I'll be sampling to add to the library with the other drums that I'm going to be recording this week. So I'm going to be busy, man, busy week. Shout out from Denmark. Good to see you, Kenneth. I haven't seen you, I don't know very often, but so welcome. Good to see you. Holland, Marcel, good to see you. Mark in Colorado. Time Trip. I like it. Time Trip. That's cool. I like that name. Maybe I'll change this to Time Trip instead of, yeah, call it Time Trip. Time Trip. Update over here, number 1. Save Time Trip. So we have time to Time Trip. Love it. Thanks, Bill. David, hi in Scotland. Hi. How are you? Good to see you. Andy in the UK. Hello, mate. Braggy, shout out from owners. Wow, France. I wish I could say that properly, but I'm not. Sorry. Schingendagger. Daggers 74 in Germany. Best song you've ever created. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I'll make an album. Sacred Castle in New Orleans. Good to see you, dude. Hello. Isn't it fun? We're all around the world hanging out at the same time. It's my favorite thing to do every week. Love our little weekly live streams. So, all right. Thank you to you all. This library will be out hopefully before the next live stream so that you guys can be going, I love it. Having a good time. Because it's so fun. These patches, just to play them. I mean, I could just play forever. So, if you have any questions, thank you, Taylor. I should point out Taylor's guitars. He did some really nice guitars. He did the El Gacho. I showed you he brought me this one this week. Where is, I didn't make a patch for it yet. Let's go over here. He has this really lovely, check this out. The Tremolo detune. So we'll have Tremolo. Save as save. Cool. And let's add that to Time Trip just for fun. So let's go add Time Trip. This is what I love with Unify. You can't do this anywhere else. Complex, multimedia effects, lots of layers. I just added it. So now, and inside of it, I will see you all next week. and have a great creative week. Don't forget, we have a sale at the website until Monday night. Uh-oh, my camera dropped. It drooped. I don't check over here on the video very often. Sorry about that. I got to get a new little tiny, it's just a little tiny tripod. And as I'm playing, it drops, it droops. So every time I'm playing, oh no, it's drooping. Because the Sony camera is kind of heavy, I guess. So it goes, I can't handle it, man. So it droops. Anyway, don't forget, Veterans Day 20. No large caps, no spaces. That will save you $20 on any library at the website. So take advantage between now and Monday night, okay? All right, I'll see you all next week. Have a great creative week, and thank you for watching.